Well, good morning, my beautiful people. It's Cheryl. It's me in the bra. No makeup, no mascara, no blush, no eyebrows. I put on a little bit of lip gloss because my lips were so dry. Well, they kicked me out of the hospital, y'all, after 2 days in there on antibiotics. The wound doctor said she had never seen anything like it. My leg, rather. She said you don't have any sores or no pus running or no. She says just dry and cracking. I said, okay. She said, you don't have any heart issues. You're not a diabetic. You don't. So anyway, I came home. They want me to, they keep saying, put on a compression sock. Well, if your foot and leg is in pain, you cannot put on a compression sock. I don't care what you say. It is too tender and sore. So the doctor said, I just listened. I just let him talk and I listened. He said, when you get up in the morning, the swelling is down somewhat. He said, put the compression sock on then before it starts swelling throughout the day. Okay, and then they always say, keep it as elevated, as possible. So last night, before I went to bed, I did cleanse my leg. I put some olive oil on it because it's natural, and it didn't have the little stinging effect as the healing ointment they told me to put on it when they initially told me to put it in. This is what it is. This Aquaphor. This is it. Initially, my leg was so sensitive, it felt raw-like. So when I would put this on, it would kind of burn. So I stopped putting that on, and I started putting on just some olive oil. So I did that, and I tried a compression sock, and I ordered an extra, extra large. I couldn't even get it on the leg that wasn't swollen. So I said, no, I'm not going to even try and pull that on my leg that is that is painful. So instead, I oiled it down real good with the olive oil and wrapped it with a gauze bandage. I'm going to show y'all what it looked like. I guess you can see that. Can you see how? Let me see. Here we go. You see how dark my foot is? I'm gonna do it like this. Maybe y'all can get a better look at it. I'm sorry. But the top of my leg, as you can see, is swollen. So last night I did this and I wrapped it really good. And when I got up this morning, it had gone down. The swelling had gone down much more than previously. So that's where we are right now. They want me to go and see a dermatologist. However, I kept trying to figure out what I had done. Had I done anything different? Was there anything different? Now, I've been on 3 antibiotics now. The first 2, and then the one they gave me intravenously since when I was in the hospital. And the doctor said to me, I just think I'm just giving you, he said, I feel like I'm just pumping you with antibiotics. Okay. He says, and we are, perplexed as to what this is and whatever. So anyway, I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about when I was on the antibiotics, when I would go to the restroom at night, once I urinated, my leg would draw in. I could feel it tightening. The skin around it was tightening. And so I said to myself, maybe I am is it possible I'm allergic to the antibiotic? So I went on Google this morning and I Googled it. And guess what I found? Yes, certain antibiotics can cause your skin to turn dark. It said blue, muddy color, whatever. I guess they were compensating for different ethnicities. I think I said that right. Yeah. So not only does the blood pressure medication amlodipine cause swelling, and I explained this to the doctor. I said I have a report off the internet that says amlodipine can cause this swelling and all this redness and everything. Well, he didn't want to hear that. He says, oh yeah, amlodipine causes swelling. My dad is on amlodipine and his legs swell up and blah, blah, he's going on and on. But he has to take 4 medications and blah, 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 blah. So, hold on a minute, y'all. My son is bringing me some more wrapping for my leg. Just a second. Okay, my son had gone to the store to get me some more packages of gauze so I can have plenty of it to wrap my leg. But anyway, this morning, as I was doing some research on, I keep researching this issue with my leg. And I kept thinking, what did I do? What is causing? And like I said, I noticed when I would urinate at night, my leg would draw in tight. And so I thought this morning when I woke up, because I've been really praying about this, I said, now, my leg didn't look like this when I first went into the ER. My leg was clear. It was the flesh tone it should be, like the color of my face and my hand. Now it's the color of my hair. And I said, I wonder if I could be allergic to the antibiotic. Now, nobody at the hospital thought of that. So I Googled it. Lo and behold, there is a full report of how antibiotic can cause your leg to turn blue, brown. I think I'm repeating myself, but that's okay. So I am keeping it elevated. I'm keeping it moisturized. I'm trying to stay hydrated and trying to eat as healthy as I possibly can. I will go and see the dermatologist, but I'll be surprised if they know what is causing this. Because as my husband told me, doctors only know so much, Cheryl. They can't know everything and they can't keep everything in their head. And I agree with him. And but however, I do have my chart, which is connected to the 2 hospitals that I dealt with. Barnes West here in St. Louis, which is basically across the street from us. We can walk over to the hospital. And then Missouri Baptist, which is down Ballas Road a little. Take about 10 minutes to get there. They're all connected. All those hospitals are connected. So everybody who has treated me can see my chart. So the information that I have found, I am going to upload to my chart because that's what it's called, my chart. And I'm just going to say, these may be some possibilities that you guys have not thought of, but this is what I have found. And we're going to go from there and see what happens. But I talked to my brother this morning. He said, Cheryl, drink as much water as you can, eat as healthy as you can, cut out sweets, because he was having lymphedema problems with his legs. He couldn't walk. And he said he changed his diet. I have never had problems with my legs. And I basically eat pretty healthy, I think. And so I think the combination of the blood pressure medication, amlodipine, and the antibiotic, me being allergic to it and having this reaction on my leg, is what I'm dealing with. I don't like to take a lot of painkillers. I have taken a lot of Advil and a lot of, what's that one that don't work? Tylenol. I told them that in the hospital. The lady said, what, something about painkillers? I said, yeah, what's that other one that don't work? Tylenol. They cracked up laughing. I'm like, honey, that medicine don't do it. And the other one that the doctor, where he says, well, have you ever taken gabapentin? I said, no, because you guys know if you go back, I have postherpetic neuralgia, which is a condition that lingers after you have shingles. Okay, if you have shingles and you continue to have pain afterwards, you have postherpetic neuralgia. So I can occasionally have pain from that. Over a year, I've had over a year. Going into 2 years, because I originally had a year before last in March is when I broke out with shingles, and that's when my husband had emergency surgery. So a friend of mine told me that it was my nervous system just, it just went into the shingles. And if you know anything about shingles, it is your nervous system. Your nerves have been attacked, pretty much. So anyway, y'all, I just wanted to update you guys on what's going on with me. If I get this pain under control and a few hours and get some makeup on my face, then I'll come back on here and do some videos for y'all. Okay? It is Friday. Enjoy your Friday. And have something good to eat. Oh, before I let y'all go, let me tell you something funny that happened in the hospital. So they came up to get my dinner. I hadn't eaten all day. So they came up to get my dinner menu, what I wanted for dinner, right? They had beef burgundy. I said, ooh, that sounds so good. They had that with mashed potatoes and carrots. And then they had, and I hadn't had any coffee all day, so I said, I'll take some coffee. And then on the dessert part of the menu, they said they had key lime cheesecake. So the nurse was helping me put the order in, right? And so she said, oh, and we want the key lime cheesecake. So the person on the other end of the phone said, what's the patient's name? And she told her, she said, oh, she can't have cheesecake. She can have some vanilla wafers. I said, give me whatever you got. Because, honey, I knew that little, they feeding me at 5 o'clock, honey. By 9 o'clock, I'll be hungry again. Anyway, the food was delicious. The beef burgundy was delicious. The mashed potatoes, the carrot. Oh, my goodness, it was so good. And then I had those dried up vanilla wafers. I think they gave me about 5 of them. I ate 2 and saved the other 3 for later on that evening because I knew I'd be starving. But the little guy, Joe, came in. Nurse's aide came in. He said, Miss Cheryl, what you got? I said, well, what y'all? I said, y'all not going to feed me anymore today. He said, no, but we got snacks. I said, okay, what you got? He said, we got graham crackers. We got Jell-O. I said, oh, he said, how many you want? I said, bring me 2 of each of them. Oh, Lord. Okay, y'all, I'm done talking. So I'm at home. I'm trying to recuperate and trying to enjoy these days. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video, hopefully real soon. All right, bye-bye.